Good evening, everyone, and welcome to Road Atlanta. It's one of the fastest, most unforgiving road courses up here in North America. And tonight, you best believe it's the IIL, ILAKA Esports Car Series, powered by CONSPIT. Tonight, we have those two 20-minute sprint races on deck, which means there's no time for error, no time to settle in. From the drop of the green flag, it's elbows out, full commitment through the S's, and bravery down into turn 10A. My name is Sean Sam. Welcome in here live on ILAKA Esports and Sam Studio Network YouTubes. I am producing, directing, commentating the show, just like always. But before we cut to virtual trackside action, we actually have to take a look at some point standings coming into Road Atlanta tonight. It'll be Audi Goldberg Shell on the point of the point standings, and what a race it was 2 weeks ago. Could you believe it? Audi Goldberg Shell with pits, with a starting pit penalty from the back of the field to the front of the field, and basically one corner there. Audi Goldberg Shell up in the lead of the points. Rodem Lev, Yassi Gabai, Rodem Katz. It'll be Amir Atun, Idan Dalitsky, Mark Zubarev, Michael Scherling, Omri Levy, as well as Zefalad Zev Osipov running at the top 10 in our points standings. As we get live to virtual trackside action tonight, appreciate those sponsors and affiliates up in the top right, top left, and as well as our main sponsor, our title sponsor, CONSPIT. Here we go. It's a 4-kilometer track. It's 12 turns that we're working with tonight. It's a cool, calm, collected day. 18 degrees Celsius, 88% humidity point, partly cloudy skies, and 31-mile-kilometer-hour winds. That'll be something to keep an eye on today as we'll take a look at our starting grid. It'll be Rodem Katz who slaps it out on the pole with a 119.054. Ron Sassoni joins him on the front row. Oh man, only .004, that's 4 thousandths separating our front two runners. It'll be Audi Goldberg Shell, our points leader, who starts P3. Yassi Gabai, Tal Stern, one of our league owners. He'll start out P5, that's third on the inside line. It'll be Amir Atun joining Tal's outside. It's Michael Scherling, Rodem Lev, Idan Eliyahu, Liron Schechter. It's Ido Baustan and Jor Last running at the top 12. Ido Baustan, Jor Last, 11-12. It's Miles Bracha, Mark Zubarev out of Rafa Media, Idan Dalitsky, Ezra Raphael, Zesalad Zev, Osipov, Omri Levy, as well as Ofer Mazuz, Adon Frankel, Mini Land, and Matan Schuster rounding out our 22. Count them with me. I'm not going to count them all, but it's the 22 driver grid. One of my most favorite road courses up here out of Wisconsin. It's Road Atlanta, so it's out of Georgia here tonight. Rodem Katz, Sony up there on the front row. We're just a few moments away from the drop of those start lights out, and away we'll head down into the tough, into the treacherous turn 1. Down and up through the S's we'll go, and then that tough turn at 10A. That'll be definitely something to keep an eyeball on tonight. Rodem Katz, our pole sitter, came into the race, believe it was 4th, excuse me, that would be P2 in the point standings. Ryan Tassoni right there, right beside him. Ryan's going to have, he's going to keep this pretty interesting here tonight. He was our second fastest driver in our, in our practice session. Also second driver in qualifying there. We'll have to see if he's able to put these tenths of a second down here to see what it takes that we have once these 5 start lights go out, and away we head into turn 1. We appreciate each and every single one of you joining us down here on ILAKA land as we'll go green flag on this start here at Road Atlanta. Rodem Katz, Ron Sassoni up there in the front row. Rodem Katz is going to squeeze away with the race lead, and there's Audi Goldberg Shell trying to look down into the inside in that Rexy lime green Porsche machine. He's going to have Yossi Gavai starting to join that battle up there as well. It'll be side by side for the race lead. Up and down the mountain we go. Rodem Katz is able to keep the inside line moving, keep the inside line grooving. Katz to the race lead. Ron Sassoni still P2. Then it's Rexy. It's Audi Goldberg Shell P3. Yossi Gavai, Tal Stern. And what a nice start to this race. He's all the way up to P5. Michael Scherling, Idin Aliyahu, Rodem Lev, Ido Baustan, and Miles Bracha running at the top 10. Side by side back there from that second position on back. Ryan Tassoni able to use that inside and play a bit more defense over that hard-charging Audi Goldberg Shell, our points leader, as we'll start to make our way down the isn't so straight going up into turn 10A. This is a very nice passing opportunity once we finally do start to make our way onto those brakes. Rodham Katz trying to stretch his legs just a little bit out and up front. It's Ron Tassoni and Odie Goldberg-Shell that will run door to door here through the entrance of 10A. Odie Goldberg-Shell has that inside line, the defensive line. He's trying to make it work, although not quite clear just yet as Ron Tassoni tries to make the outside work. He's going to have to slot back into line there. Rodham Katz, he loses the race lead after Odie Goldberg-Shell does it in one lap, finds himself back up to the point. We're going to look 2, we're going to look 3, we'll settle it back down to 2. It'll be 2 rows back going into turns 1 and 2. Rodham Katz continues to try and just fall back into line here after losing that race lead. Ron Tassoni, Yossi Gabay, Tal Stern, that's still the front 5 runners up here. We also have some quite a good battles out here happening down there throughout the track. That was Ezra Raphael with a textbook pass up there in front of him. Adon Deliski putting that one down through the S as we went. Ezra Raphael, 6P13. Still 3 spots since the drop of the green flagger tonight. Oh man, that number 86 out of Rafa Media. That's what I like to see. Down and around the outside, keeps the speed, keeps the momentum up, and then look at Zepsla there. He's going to do the exact same thing, but just a little bit more aggressive on the inside line. There's the outside, there's the inside, there's all around working for our drivers tonight. Back up to the points up here. It's Ron Tassoni and Rodham Katz still doing a battle up here. It was starting to heat up. It's already starting to broil. Just 3 minutes down here in this first 20-minute sprint race. We're going to have that top 10 inversion, and then it's our 20-minute feature race right after this one. Same broadcast, same channel. Don't need to go anywhere there. Ron Tassoni still up to P3. Oh, man, no. Tal Stern goes off the track in turn 1. Excuse me, that'll be turn 3 there. Some detrimental damage on that rear end of that Porsche machine. Here's a quick look at this one, how it happened, and then we'll take a look at that drop of the green flag. Oh, man, he already, there you see the rear end came out from underneath Tal Stern there. No contact made, just trying to carry a little bit too much speed, and then there's the damage as well. Before we go back to the drop of the green flag, or excuse me, the replay of the drop of the race, here's going to be a real quick incident between Ofer Mazuz as well as Idon Frankel. Oh, it's inside line, not going to work there for that yellow machine. The 422, Ofer Mazuz, contact with 1, count of 2 drivers there. And here is that drop of the green flag out in the hair, out up front. It's kind of a, we start here within that kind of turn 12 exit, so there is that kink in the track for those drivers, about 10th on back to work with there. What was a nice kind of dual wide battle up here from the front. There's a little bit of beating, there's a little bit of banging, and then it warranted back to side by side. Oh, man, and then there you saw the wreck there for a brief moment here. I'll show you that one before we get live back to racing action. I think that was also the 422 involved of Ofer Mazuz. We'll have to take a look and see what happens from about 15th to 16th here on track. So 3 wide started to ensue here. And then, yeah, you look at the right side of your screen. There you see contact between that white and black. I believe that's the number 73 Porsche Cup car making contact there with, that's going to be Ido Baustan, the number 50. Excuse me, Ido makes it through it. I think that was Matan Schuster, actually. We'll get back up here to live racing action. It's already a 1.6 seconds gap for Odie Goldberg-Shell, our points leader, coming into the race and running right where he is in the point standings. It'll be Ron Tassoni up here running at P2. This is kind of a fun driver eye camera here that we have. It's virtual on the right side, but it's all real life on the left. I just think it's fun to really compare and contrast those micro adjustments on the steering wheel, as well as, hey, you can already see, what are we, 5.5 minutes down Ron, even though this is sim racing, not real racing like he's also still used to. It's still working that throttle pedal, working the brake, as well as that steering wheel back, forth, back, forth. I think as most of anything, it's a mental action here within these Porsche Cup cars. No real TC or ABS to work with there. Ron Tassoni keeps it up there in the top 3 since the drop of since the start lights went out there. Rodham Katz is starting to have his hand full here as Yassi Gabai, he still sits P4. I believe Yassi was P3 for a brief moment there on the opening lap of the race. Rodham Katz, Yassi Gabai, and Michael Sherling, 3rd, 4th, 5th, and a blanket of a battle of their own right now. Whoa, look at Michael Sherling that was Yassi Gabai there, loose as a goose there on corner exit. That's going to kill the speed. That's going to kill the momentum that Yassi had. And Michael Sherling, so I think he's saying thank you very much right here and right now as they make their way down and across the Isn't So Straight. Once again, this is now towards heading turns 11 and 12, the final turns out here on the track. Yassi Gabai, he's going to lose that spot there, but definitely regrouping, rearming, and see if he can get a little smoother on that throttle pedal on the next exit by. Whoa, holy guacamole. We got Miles Braca, we got Tal Stern, he made it through it, but Miles Braca, he has an incident here. Cephalad Zev Osipov also is involved as well. Man, that... I cut to that battle there, and it looked like the dang seas were parting there out in front of us. Omri Levy going to get a little bit wide in that number 19 Porsche Cup car machine. Miles Braha, unfortunately for him there, he started up there in 13th position, already -6 spots on the race. Was that the cause of the incident right there? We'll make our way back up and through the hill we go. Miles, he's going to lose another one there. We'll have to see what happened to him. I think this is when it all starts to heat up and ensue. Mouse is going to try to look down the inside here in that number 22. A little bit too deep on the braking zone. Contact with Zev Osipov there. Look at Tal Stern. Tal Stern probably needs some new short sounder here tonight because that happened right up and in front of him. Mouse, that was nice reaction time to take it off of the racing line. I don't think he realized right there that Zefalad would be right down there to his right side. Two contact with two red Porsches. We'll take one more look at it here and get back to some live racing action. Oh, man. Now it's just a passenger at that point. I'm just saying, look out, look out, look out. Contacts there once again. So we go back up the hill. This is looking at the battle for 3rd, 4th, and 5th in position. Rodham Katz, Michael Sherling, and Yossi Gabai. Yossi loses another spot out here after working his way back to up to P3. Now falls back to P5. But how about Michael Sherling in the Porsche Cup car number 200? Hopping on board with him, Michael Sherling. Hey, Michael, he came into the race P8 within our point standings. There's still a long way to go, a long time to get there within this rest of this Porsche Cup season. Things can happen in an instant. We've seen that time and time again here in this iRacing Israel League, powered by ILAKA Esports, as well as our title sponsor, CONSPIT. Could not be happening out here without each and every single one of them beating and banging. Here we're going to see some nice ethical racing. Not really any contact here between them just yet. But Michael Sherling, oh no! I was looking up timing and scoring, so they're going to get the Sean and Tater curse. Michael Sherling, contacts there. Here comes Rodham Katz up and around the next corner we go. Where did Michael Sherling go? He's still up there in front, but that left door has seen better days. Showing a meatball flag right now for actually Rodham Katz, who visually looks like he doesn't have as much damage, but he's going to need to pit here he's going to need to pit this sprint race as well as try to get this back air out on track, try and foster any points available. Here's a quick race replay at this one. Oh, no. I take it. I actually will take the blame there because, oh, okay, apologies here. Because, right when I was saying it's clean, it's ethical racing there between the two, just contact between them there. I'm still looking here. This is probably the incident here. Yeah, there's the contact right there. Front right bumper to left rear quarter panel there. Down across the Isn't So Straight. There's a reason I've been calling it Isn't So Straight. I think Rodham Katz was just trying to set up the next corner there. Michael Sherling maybe trying to play just a little bit more defense. Contact between the two. Checking in on Rodom Lev, still dropping positions, unfortunately, in that 404 Porsche machine. Liran Schechter, the car right there behind him. Also, Idan Ilyahu, Amir Atun, and Mark Zubarev still running in the 7th, 8th, and 9th positions. How about Rodom Katz, though? I think he's saying that, hey, no meatball out here right now, not opting to come down and pit for that penalty and get that Porsche all fixed right back up. It'll be a side-by-side battle up there right up in front of him. How about Michael Serling moving and grooving his way up to P3, but here comes Yassi Gabai if he's got anything to say about it. That number 17 Porsche Cup car machine. We have seen some pretty good pace here within the start of this season. Yassi came into the race within P3 in the point standings, as well as he is starting to look like a hound dog on that rear bumper of Michael Serling. Looking at that back bumper of our P3 driver. So this would be the battle for that the final driver interview position for our feature race. Right now, this is a really good battle for out some pretty good points that are being offered up and on the table. Yassi Gabai given a little bit of a bump draft action there in these Porsche Cup cars. Is he going to look to the inside? No, he's going to try that outside line. Down and through turns, that's 10-8, coming up through 11 and 12 on the final turns of the track. Yassi Gabai, he's still got about 8 more minutes to go if he wants to find some points just more sitting up there on the table. That's actually a bad analogy. Those points aren't there just sitting up on the table. He's going to have to work his way around one of our fastest drivers here tonight, and that's been Michael Serling up there in P3. Checking in on our biggest mover on the day. It'll be Adon Frenkel all the way back down in the respectful P15 position. He started this race P20, but crawling his way towards the front of the pack, even with a little bit of cosmetic as well as aerodynamic damage on that number 21 car. He's got Ido Baustan, Adon Deliski up there right up in front of him, and for battling 13th and 14th, two baby blue machines going at it. They're separated by about 0.5 of a second between the two, but something that you can see kind of in common between these all 3 cars right here, I would probably call it 13th on back. They are dealing with quite a bit of damage on their machines. Comes Ido Bastian. He's going to try that outside line this time by. He's going to set it right back up. Maybe set up that crossover. Try to get Idan Deliski looking at his rearview mirror and then try to set it up and around the inside. Beat him off. Pause on corner exit. We're going to have one stopped in the grass right there. It's going to be, is it Tal Stern? No, it is Tal Stern. No, no, no. Let's see what happened to the driver of the number 11. I think this looks like, what is that, turns 1, 2, and then here we go through. No, that's coming onto the back straightaway there. We have to slow that one down and see exactly what happened, because I didn't really see anything that would have constituted a spin for Tal Stern here. It is off camber, and it is going right back up the hill. Maybe a slight bit early on that turn in there, and then it's just really going to upset the car. Remember, Tal Stern still dealing with that rear aerodynamic damage. You definitely feel that in the car, and if you're not really expecting it, it will loop you right back down and around. Back up here to some more live racing action with only 6 minutes to go up here within our first race, and then we're gonna bring out some, we're going to give out some points, and then we're going to re-rack them, restack them, top 10 inversion for our feature. It's Yassi Gabai, Rodom Lev running nose to tail right now. Now, what does Yassi Gabai do right now here behind the driver's seat? Right now, you've continued to run just about the same lap times here between last lap 2 to 3 back. Yassi, he's going to have that outside, but here comes Rodom Lev down the inside. That's really the preferred passing zone right there, although it is going to wash him up there on corner exit. Yassi Gabai, he's playing that a little bit of patient strategy there. He waited for Rodom Lev to get maybe there just a little too deep. Now, Yassi Gabai is going to have to play that more defensive line going into turns 1 and 2. Rodom Katz showed the disqualified. Rodom Katz showed the black and whites with the cross through it there. No points will be awarded for that number 8 machine, but can you fault him there for it? That Porsche Cup car was driving just fine. Well, not just fine, but he was having some pace within it as well. Yassi Gabai, he's able to work himself back up to P4. This battle up between 4th and 5th, I don't think it's still done just yet. just over 4 minutes to go. What do you do here now if you're Rodham left? Now that you've both played the offense, you've played the defense now, well, you're right back to playing the offense here. Where do you try and possibly make this pass happen? Right now, I think we're coming into the best passing opportunity of the track, but there's not, the distance isn't quite close enough here between the two for Rodham Lev to make the move. There you see Yasir Gabai really switching up his racing lines, going into the corner, trying to keep Rodham Lev right there behind him. This is very, very important as far as our point standings go because Rodham Lev came into this race. Oh God, I didn't get the last name. I believe it was P2 within the point innings, or P4, there it was, as well as Yasir Gabai. He's running P4, but came into the race P3 in the point standings. We'll hop on board with that rear bumper here as we'll make our way back up and down the hill we go. Look at how close Rodham Lev here, or is he? He's actually gonna lose there just a little bit of distance here between the two. It's deja vu out up front, not missing anything. It's Odi Goldberg Shell came into the race with the points lead. He's got now about a 3.5 second gap, looking to put down. I think that's Miles Braha there down into the inside. I think he'll put them down one lap here. Miles doing the right thing there, getting off the race line for Ron Tassoni, who makes himself up and into the next position there. It's Michael Sherling, Yasir Gabai, and Rodham Lev. That's the top 5 battles. Or excuse me, just drivers in a position there. I know I already cut to this camera shot once, but let's do it again, but for a different driver. Tal Stern, I appreciate you here so much here for everything that you do there back behind the scenes, keeping this league moving and grooving. I also appreciate me enough to have me back here for some more broadcasting action for this wonderful iRacing Israel League. Here on ILAKA YouTube, powered by CONSPIT. Here we're hopping on board with Tal Stern, and just as I said with Ron Tassoni earlier on in the race, comparing and contrasting. Live driver cam on that left within our virtual driver camera on the right. Whoa, a Tal Stern gets a run and a half there on Omri Levy. It'll be side by side down there through out turns 11 and 12. Nice pass for Tal. That will put him up P14. Closest battle out here on track is between Jor Last and Adon Delitsky. This is 10th and 11th that you see on your screen right here. With just only about 2 minutes to go and lap times ranging at the 1 minute 18 range, at least for our leader, Odi Goldberg Shell. We should see the 2 lap to go mark here after Odi makes his way across the start-finish line. We'll jump up here to him real quick, and we'll see if Barney the Flagman is going to try to throw this white flag out here this lap. Nope, Barney's going to keep it concealed. This is the 2 lap to go mark, and then next time by, that'll be our white flag last lap here for race 1. Odi Goldberg Shell is points farming out here up front. There's the gap to P2. It's now grown to 4.6 seconds. I don't fault here Ron at his own here because just trying to make it to the end of this race. Now with also 2 laps to go, it'll be 2 cars running door to door within turns 1, going back up the hill to turns 2 and 3. Into the roller coaster S's section we go. Look at how far Yasir Gabai is off of the racing line. He allowed Rodham Lev to really find that inside, allowed Rodham Lev to really open up his own lines up and through. There we go. Lots of clean racing here between these two as Mark Zubarev goes around. He's going to get it pointed back the right direction, but within 2 laps to go, another driver out of Rafa Media was not needing to see this coming towards the end of this first sprint race. Really quick, here's a quick replay of it here, and then we'll get back up into those battles. I apologize here. Here's the incident on how it happened. It looks like it's going to be, man, he's already losing it out there out of corner exit of turn 12. This is crossing the start-finish stripe and heading towards back up to turn 1. Looks like Mark Zubarev just got a little wobbly, wiggly there. As you see Mark showing the meatball flag, no spaghetti with it. Live timing and standings. This should be our white flag to go here within our first sprint race. We're going to hand out some points, and then we're going to re-rack them, restack them. Odi Goldberg Shell, Ron Tassoni, Michael Sherling. How about this battle here between the top, behind the top 3? It's for 4th and 5th. It's only a car length and a half separating Rodham Lev and Yasir Gabai. What does Yasir have? Anything for him as we go back up the hill, going 1 and 2. Oh, Yossi definitely close here to make a move. Nope, he's not going to make it happen there. Now he has to just stay cool, calm, and collected till we come out to about turn 7, 8, as well as the most treacherous and famous passing opportunity, turn 10A tonight. Yossi loses a little momentum. He loses a little bit of distance. Excuse me, he gains a little bit of distance there between him and Rodom Lev. Looking at the last lap time history between the two, it's cat and mouse. It's back and forth here, ladies and gents. If you look at 12 and 13, if you look at 12 and 13, it's a little faster for Yossi Gabai, but they're 14 and 15. It's almost a whole half of a second faster for Michael Scherling. Will Yossi Gabai have anything for him there as Audi Goldberg-Schell comes to complete our heat race number 1, puts it in the sim racing books. He'll win it there from Road Atlanta. Ron Tassoni, he'll take away P2. Michael Scherling, he'll take P3. But who gets P4 between that battle of Rodom Lev and Yossi Gabai? Here comes Rodom Lev down around the hill for the final time of our first race tonight. Rodom Lev will take away P4. Yossi Gabai, P5. Liron Schechter across the stripe in P6, tied with the, excuse me, I take that back. Tied is our second biggest mover. It'll be Amir Atun, but how about Idan Deliski bringing it home P8 across the stripe? Biggest move, second biggest mover tonight. 7 spots at the drop of the green flag. Dror Last, he'll bring it home P9. Idan Eliyahu will bring it home P10. It's Ido Balstan, and then how about Idan Freakel across the stripe? 2 by 2, separating him and Tal Stern. Idan Freakel with 8 positions gained since the start lights went out. Very, very nicely done here for Adan. Tal Stern will finish out P13. Omri Levy, Israel Raphael, Ziflad Zev, Osipov. It'll be Miles Braha, Mini Land, Mark Zubarev, Rodom Katz, Matan Schuster, and Ofer Mazuz, running out our 22 driver field. 22 driver finishing order there. And remember, we're going to re-rack and restack them here. We're going to flip that top 10 for our feature race. If you thought that was good, just stick here around. You are in here for a treat, ladies and gentlemen, sim racing fans of all ages. My name's Sean Stam, producing, directing, commentating the show, this iRacing Israel League, powered by ILAKA Esports, also powered by CONSPIT. Appreciate them coming out and being our title sponsor here as we are re-racked, restacked, and ready here for the start of the race. Start a feature race. It'll be Idan Eliyahu's out there on the pole position after finishing P10. Dror Last will start P2. It'll be Idan Deliski, Amir Atun, Liron Schechter, Yossi Gabai, Rodom Lev, Michael Scherling, Ron Tassoni, Adi Scholl running at the top 10. Ido Baustan and Adan Freakel running at the top 12. Tal Stern, Omri Levy, Ezra Raphael, Zeflad Zev, Osipov, Miles Braha, Mark Zubarev, Midi Lance, Rodom Katz, Matan Schuster, and Ofer Mazuz. And just like that, these start lights are here pretty quick here tonight. They are already 5 red lights on and off, and away we go heading into turn 1. Remember, things could get tough. Things could get treacherous with this top 10 inversion. Points on the line, 2 by 2, 3 by 3 going into turn 1. Oh, who's going to make contact? No contact between the 3 wides just yet. There's Audi Goldberg-Schell in the Rexy machine trying to make his way up and through turns 2, 3, and 4. We're going to beat, we're going to bang, but all of these drivers, look at an immaculate race start. Still clean, green, and mean through the field. No, I spoke too soon again. It'll be Rodom Lev contact there. He goes around through the SS section. Back up to the points. Idan Eliyahu and Idan Deliski first and second, third, fourth, and fifth. All in a bagel, all in a giggity, all in a quagmire here of cars. We're going Liron Schechter, P3. Nice start to the race here as he's going to start to stretch his legs out up in that third position. Final driver interview spot up for grabs here as we'll start to snake our way down the isn't so straight. Audi Goldberg-Schell already 5 positions gained since that drop of the green flag. Yossi Gabai right there behind him, P6. Who's deeper on the brakes here? It'll be, of course, Audi Goldberg-Schell down and around the inside. Careful here. Still there on the outside. Now he's clear. Schell up to P4. Now it's side by side between Dror Last and that bright yellow machine. Yossi Gabai in the lime green machine. We'll run side by side out of turns 11 and 12 here tonight to complete our opening lap of the feature race. Ron Tassoni still not able to make his way up and through through this pack as fast as Odie Goldberg-Schell has, as we'll continue to look side by side between some of these battles out here on track. That'll still be Yassi Gabaye and Dror Last going at it. 3 wide, we'll sell it back down to 2. We will sell it back up to 3. Ron Tassoni, where did he come from? Where did he go? Here, Ron comes that inside line, switches right back to the outside. Ron Tassoni up to P6. Not missing anything out up front. Idan Eliyahu still trying to run away with this one. He has that 6/10 of a second gap to P2 of Idan Delitsky. Liron Schechter, Odie Goldberg-Schell, though, right now all the way up to P4. Right now, this is what these drivers are trying to run away from. We've seen the speed, we've seen the race, we've seen the racecraft as well here for Odie. He's gonna show you some. He's gonna show you some respect, but definitely not going to make it be easy here to try and hold him off after he marches his way up towards the front as well. Yassi Gabaye, Ron Tassoni, Amir Atun, Tal Stern, Dror Last, Michael Scherling. That's the top 10. Still about 3/10 separating our front 2 race leaders, doing everything that they can to keep each other at bay, but doing it pretty similarly to one another. Odie Goldberg-Schell just sets down a purple lap. That's the fastest lap of the race so far, putting down a 1:19.39. These tires still not quite up to operating temps, pressures, and etc. But Odie Goldberg-Schell, he definitely is pushing that Rexy hard through these corners. Already 6 spots to the good, continuing to reel in Liron Schechter if he was a fish on a reel there. Oh man, I thought he was going to go for the pass there. Still not close enough to make it happen though. It's now 2/10 that separate Odie Goldberg-Schell as well as P3, that final driver interview spot. This is right there behind this battle that was just ensuing. It's Yassi Gabaye, Ron Tassoni, Amir Atun, Tal Stern up here in this battle as well. Hey, how about Dror Last keeping up here in the top 10 after the start of the race? Nice start for him. Adon Frankel, Mark Zubrev. Whoa, holy, who was that? That was, of course, Mark Zubrev in that teal and blue machine, 030. He's done being careful of that throttle pedal. Remember, we saw him get loose on there on corner exit earlier on. We'll go 2 by 2 battles for the race lead. Idan Eliyahu and Idan Delitsky. Contacts there with Odie Goldberg-Schell. Odie will go wide. Here comes Liron Schechter to join this battle as well. Odie Goldberg has nothing to do except for give the spot back, try to regroup, try to rearm. That looks like what he's going to do here is try and set it back up going into turns 1 and 2. Oh, contact there. Odie Goldberg-Schell goes around, collects Idan Delitsky as well, one of our front runners on this feature race. Idan Delitsky still holding the brakes tight. Oh, we got one more going around as well. Here comes Sepaladzev Osipov. Oh, man, that's Ezra Raphael. Raphael down, out, and around here out of that Rafa Media machine. He went Mach 2 slip and slide at the rear end of that camera shot. Here is what happened. We saw the beating, we saw the bang, and unfortunately they're just a little bit of a centimeter too close between the two. Man, we're gonna have to take another angle at that one, but I think Goldberg there just washes up on corner exits. Contact with Delitsky there, and then, man, even had contact there with Liron Schechter. Look at Liron's save here after these two continue to spin. He keeps it on the track. And then it's just mayhem out here. We're gonna have to go to the Stam Studio Network drone camera shot at it this time. Oh man, different braking zones there may have contributed to that as well. We saw a little bit of kind of pedaling there, but back between the 2 to 3 to 4 front drivers. Odie Goldberg-Schell gets it straightened back the right way, but unfortunately not for Ezra Raphael. Just waiting there. Excuse me. There's Ezra Raphael makes his way through the incident. I think that was Rodem Lev there as well, just holding the brakes. We'll get back up here to some racing action. We're already 6 minutes down here at this 20-minute feature after points are awarded from our first race. We re-racked, restacked that top 10. Ron Tassoni, he's already up here to P3 after... That'll be 2 to 3 positions gained here for him quite easily after those two drivers were slip and slide off the racetrack there. Ron Tassoni, he's going to try that inside line here over Liron Schechter. Not quite clear here just yet, but it'll still be door to door heading out of turns 9. Contact between the two once again. I bet you right now if we look at Ron Tassoni's driver camera, sweating up a storm. Nah, he still looks cool, calm, and collected. Ron making that move for P2 on the race. Man, it's just like he's Sunday driving. It's no biggie. Sony's going to have company here, though. That'll be Yassi Gabai, as well as that'll be Liron Schechter, who start to join this battle once again. Liron will bump off of those 3D rendered rumble strips up there. Coming back down the hill we go. Thankfully so, Liron's able to kind of gather that car right back up, and with him there, it'll still be a nice battle up here between P4, P5, Yassi Gabai, Tal Stern, one of our league owners going at it. Tal's going to try that outside line. There's less speed, there's less momentum, there's less grip out there, but somehow Tal Stern, he makes it work. That looked like a textbook pass up to P4. That puts Yassi Gabai back to P5. Audi Goldberg Shell, he's still up within this battle after what could have been the end of his race earlier on. Still up here in the battle, still up here within the points lead as well. He's getting that Porsche Cup car machine to go to work all sorts of suspension. I don't know, he's still keeping it straight. It's side by side up there for P2 and P3, side by side for P and 5 and P6, which is what we're seeing here. Still out there at the exit of turn number 9. Who's going to get it done? Audi Goldberg Shell, a little bit smoother, a little bit quicker there on that throttle pedal. He gets down away, P5. Idan Eliyahu still running away with it here. That's a 3-second lead for Eliyahu. He's got Ron Sassoni up there still running P2. Liron Schechter, Tal Stern, and Audi Goldberg Shaul. Right up in there with him still, Yassi Gabai, Amir Atun, Mark Zubarev, Jor Last, and Idan Frankel. That's the top 10. Looks like Idan Eliyahu, he has lost about a half a whole second going up here through turn 1. Ron Sassoni starting to put his head down, starting to put this pace underneath that Porsche Cup car machine. Starting to try and reel in our race leader, starting to try to run away from Liron Schechter. Tal Stern, how about him? He is looking for some redemption. I don't think Tal's been able to race here just about every single race with us, but he's racing with us here tonight, running P4. That's the second to highest drivers on positions, not off Benjamin. It'll be Tal Stern up to P4. If we get a Tal Stern final driver interview, I don't think you'll be hearing the end of it, because that's what it's all about back there and behind the scenes. If you're able to run a league like this here, one of my favorite to broadcast, as well as you have that speed, you have that pace to chat with us up here in those final top 3 driver positions, this one's going to be special if he's able to make it happen, but he's going to have to do something about it here if he wants to hold off that hard-charging Audi Goldberg Shell. Audi, oh my God, he sets up the crossover. He takes away Tal Stern's slide there on quarter exit. Battles between this two, still stewing up here between Tal Stern and Audi Goldberg Shell. Tal, he had nothing to do there. He had no defense up and registered for Audi Goldberg Shell after he was just dropped a gear and disappeared for Shell. Shell, he's up to P4 now with the driver, 4,400 road course I rating. That takes years to accomplish. You know what else takes years to accomplish? I think it's Ron Sassoni's driver I rating. There it's 4,100. Still only 2.2 seconds separating these two front drivers. It's still Idan Eliyahu running away with a 1.2 second gap. But remember, last time we checked on that gap, it was about 2.2 to 3.3. This is seconds that Idan is losing per lap. If we go just a little bit more graphic here, no! Tal Stern, no, Tal, does he make it through? Who is that that's going around? That's going to be Idan Eliyahu. No! Oh my gosh, well, no need for the pit strategy anymore. Idan Eliyahu turns into a pilot, definitely gets his pilot's license here as 4 tires up and off of the racetrack. This was our race leader who has gone out and around. He catches it once, catches it twice. Here we go thrice, can't quite catch that one. Ron Sassoni, he passes it, makes his way through. Oh, Tal Stern, he was the driver who had huge contact with Idan Eliyahu's front nose. Oh man, from leading the race down to the P19, not what you wanted to see here. you got a feel here for him. Let's see what happens here down throughout the corners. Very, very similar. We've seen this happen for a couple drivers here tonight. The rear end just comes out, down, out, and around you. These Porsche Cup cars, very hard to handle with that no TC, no ABS to help you out here. All that being said, there is now 8.5 minutes left to go in the race. Ron Tassoni to the race lead. He's trying to run away here. This is not said and done by all means just yet. We know we've seen the speed and pace here from Odie Goldberg-Schell. Right now, this would be a great time to look at the last lap history between these two. Tassoni putting down the fastest lap of the race with the 18.988, and then lap 7, Schell just 0.02 of a second faster, and then Ron Tassoni comes right back out lap 8, a slight bit faster. This is once again some cat and mouse action out here happening at ILAKA Esports. It's powered by CONSPIT. It's Leron Schechter who works his way back up to P3. What a race it's been for Leron Schechter. Not only this race, but as well as race 1. Action-packed for the number 34 machine. He started this race P5, so that's exactly where he finished race 1 at here. Continues to put down some very, very nice, respectful lap times, as well as working his way towards the front. It'll be Yassi Gabai sitting P4, Amir Atun P5, Mark Zhubarev, Jor Last, Michael Scherling. And how about Zaydan Frankel and Rodham Katz still going at it here. Rodham Katz, he's shown our second to biggest driver here since the lights went out. Rodham Katz being 10 spots since that had happened. How about Ido Balstan? Oh no, Ido Balstan goes around. I was just about to check in on him there. He was in a nice battle there between, I thought it was Mini Land and Ezra Raphael. Mini Land, Ezra going at it there. A little bit of damage on that right door for Mini as he's going to try to set up that switch back there. Does he have what it takes? No, but you can see the suspension all going to work in that Porsche Cup car as it goes right back left and right back to the right we go. Mini Land, although he does lose that position, still showing 5 spots to the green here tonight. He's going to try to start to reel in Ezra Raphael here once again. He knows that P13 might be his, as Rodham Katz may have some help here. There was contact there right before this corner. We'll switch back to this battle there. Rodham Katz, Edon Frankel going at it for 9th and 11th position. There's battles all the way around the racetrack, no matter where you look. That's exactly what iRacing Israel League is about. You can't get much better than Stam Studio Network live here on ILAKA Esports powered by CONSPIT. Ron Tassoni running away with the race lead, although the gap has stayed about the same, so I take that back. Not running away with the race lead necessarily, but trying to run away with the race lead. Now 1.4 seconds separate the front 2 runners. It's Leron Schechter, Yassi Gabai. Don't look now. Amir Atun joins the top 5 battle as well. Jor Last, remember the all-yellow machine. He has been closest battle out here on track within these last couple of sectors. Him and Michael Scherling getting about 4/10 here between one another. This is yins and yangs of road course racing. 3rd and 4th separated by the exact same lap time as we work our way down the isn't so straight. Jor Last trying to get that little bit of slipstream, trying to get that draft that is available. I know this isn't quite American stock car racing, if you will, but these Porsche Cup cars definitely, believe me, they travel so fast around these road courses that they do have those aerodynamic discrepancies that you will have to keep in mind. You get there just a little bit closer to that rear bumper, the driver up in front of you, then that Porsche Cup car will start to handle. It'll start to drive differently throughout those faster and slower speed corners. You don't have that clean air all over the front nose to help that downforce help you keep that thing pointed back the right way. Leron Schechter, Yassi Gabai there. That was almost a spin for both of them as they got loose. Like, I just call it tight there off the corner exit. 2/10 of a second battle separating 3rd and 4th. 2/10 of a second battling separating our battle for the race lead. Ron Tassoni, Odie Goldberg-Schell, 2 of our front runners throughout this season, starting to go at it, front bumper to rear bumper. What does Ron Tassoni have? Does he have any defense left here in the tank with the last 4 minutes in the race? Or does Odie Goldberg-Schell have something around him for the outside line? Here we go. It'll be side by side in the turns 10, 11, and 12. Odie Goldberg-Schell deeper on the brake. brakes. He's able to carry that speed, carry that momentum. Rexy downed it around. He's going to switch back to the outside line. Ron Tassoni, here he comes, back and around the inside. Tassoni's going to hold off the battle for the race lead by about 0.15 seconds as we should reach that about 4 lap to go mark. Tassoni, back up the hill we go, still continuing to play that defensive line, playing that playing that inner line there, not allowing Odie Goldberg-Schell to try and find that inside line, which would allow him to muscle his way up and off of the race line. It's now 0.15, a little bit over a 10th seconds separating battle for the race lead. Ron Tassoni still trying to do whatever he can to hold off the hard-charging Odie Goldberg-Schell, who came into this race with our points lead. He came into this race sweeping last week, 2 weekends ago. Will Odie Goldberg-Schell sweep another one here tonight, or can Ron Tassoni hold them all off? Don't look now. Leron Schechter, Yossi Gabay, Amir Atun running 3rd, 4th, and 5th, also still in a battle of their own. There's only 3 more minutes to go here tonight for my favorite track. It's Road Atlanta, out here just outside of Atlanta, Georgia. We'll run side by side, door to door here between the 2 front runners once again. This time Odie Goldberg-Schell, he's on the outside line, which transitioned back to the inside just like last lap by. It'll be a dang near mere finish of last lap by with now only 3.5 minutes to go. Ron Tassoni still continues to try and hold him off as we hop on board that live driver cam. Ron looks up in that rear view camera just for a little bit of a glimpse there and has to look right back down to the outside of the windscreen, because just like that, Ron Tassoni gets past for the race lead over Odie Goldberg-Schell. Odie Goldberg, he has done everything that he can from 10th position all the way up to 1st. That's this race. I don't even want to start to bring up 2 races to go here, but I will. Odie Goldberg-Schell with a starting pit road penalty had to start the race within the safety of the pit lane, and then within turn 1 already back and out to the battle for the race lead after a slight bit of argy-bargy there. There's now only 2 minutes to go here. Odie Goldberg-Schell waited until the time was right. He waited to strike, and right now starting to run away from that from Ron Tassoni, who found himself out to the race lead. Leron Schechter, this is the battle I was mentioning just a little bit earlier ago. Still runs P3, Yossi Gabay, P4, Amir Atun, P5. How about Mark Zubarev in the number 6th position, up 12 spots. It's the drop of the lights tonight. So with only, we'll call it 1 minute 20 to go, we should start to see Barney the Flagman here, right side of your screen. Wait for it here. Yeah, Barney the Flagman, he is waving that white flag loud and proud. This will be our last lap of the race. Odie Goldberg-Schell leading Ron Tassoni up there, heading through turns 1 and 2. Here comes Leron Schechter, back up the hill we go, turns in 3rd. Yossi Gabay in 4th, and Amir Atun in 5th. That's our closest battle right now, so we'll continue to keep our eye on this one here. Does Yossi Gabay have anything left for him? Remember, came into the race 3rd in the point standings. We've seen Yossi Gabay really show some very, very nice speed and pace within these Porsche Cup cars. These Cup cars kind of a little bit tougher to drive than a couple of the other cars that we have ran here within the iRacing Israel League, here live on ILAKA Esports YouTube channel, as well as Stam Studio Network. It's really, really fun to see Yossi Gabay here continue to show the speed and pace here throughout this Porsche Cup car race season. But will he have enough? Will he possibly be close enough for that final driver interview position? He's definitely gotten that slipstream. He is in the big suck pause of draft. Here we go. We'll hop on board with Yossi Gabay. Will he be close enough after we make our way towards turn 10A, the best passing opportunity on track tonight? Yossi Gabay, he's going to try to find that inside line. Yossi Gabay is going to be there for that final driver interview position. Oh no, it's still going to be Leron Schechter to P3. It's Odie Goldberg-Schell who takes away race 2. He's got to sweep him again here in the IIL ILAKA Esports League. Ron Tassoni P2, Leron Schechter right across the line. Nice finish for him, P3. That'll be Yossi Gabay, Amir Atun, Mark Zubarev, Michael Scherling, Jor Last, Adon Frankel, Miles Braha. That's the top 10 finishers across the line. Ezra Raphael comes across the stripe in P11. Nice comeback story for the number 86 at Rafa Media. Mini Land, Rodem Lev, Idan Ilyahu, Idan Delitsky. That'll make 14th and 15th. Zeflov Zev, Osipov, Rodem Katz, Bastian Tal Stern, Matan Schuster, Omri Levy, and Ofer Mazuz. That'll be our top 22. Stick with us here on Stam Studio Network as well as ILAKA. Don't go anywhere. I'm going to bring these top 3 driver interviews your way in just a few moments' time, as well as check in on those unofficial, official race results. Let's hear it first, though. Congratulations to Odi Goldberg-Schell, who takes away, conquers another sweep, gets tight coming across the line, 2 tires off the surface. Congratulations once again, Odi Goldberg-Schell. All right, let's take a look at our unofficial official race results here tonight, brought to you by CONSPIT. It will be, congratulations, Odi Goldberg-Schell, Ron Sassoni, and Liron Schechter. That's the top 3 who we'll be chatting with in just a few moments' time. It'll be Yossi Gabay, Amir Atun, Mark Zubrev, Michael Scherling, Dror Last, Edon Frankel, and Maus Bracha. That's the top 10. Ezra Raphael, Mini Land, Rodem Lev, Idan Eliyahu, Idan Deliski, Zislav Zev, Osipov, Rodem Katz, Edel Baustan, Tal Stern, Matan Schuster, Omri Levy, and Ofer Mazuz. Okay, normally I would. Yeah, let's just do it. I feel like there's a couple of replays I missed here, but that is A-okay. I think we got some top 3 drivers that we're going to have to chat with here. We'll start here with Odi Goldberg-Schell as I magically make my way over into live victory lane. Odi, this is Sean up here in the booth. You got yourself a copy, man.
Hey, Sean. Good evening.
Good evening. Oh, great evening, man. Congratulations on another sweep here, the IIL, ILAKA Esports League. I mean, what's going through your mind here, right now?
It was an insane race. I couldn't believe that I would have won that race, the feature race.
Oh my gosh, man. Another comeback for you out there as well. Kind of reminds me a little bit of 2 weeks ago, but man, what was going through your minds here from Road Atlanta here? This looks like I know it's definitely one of my favorite tracks. You got that speed, you got that pace. I think you got that elevation change as well. Congratulations, man.
Yeah, thank you. For me, I was a bit struggling with the speed here. With all these bumps, it's so hard to drive here, so I was struggling at the start, but then I got used to it.
Well, we saw quite a few drivers struggling with a little bit of like rear end traction. Almost looked like a couple drivers, the rear end would just come right out and underneath of them there in a couple corners. I think I saw your hands try to catch that a few times. That Porsche Cup car, a little tight going through the corners, a little loose.
Yeah, there were like many corners that there's just no traction on the exit, so you need to really be careful with it. Also with the tire wear. At the end of the race, it gets quite hard to drive it.
Well, it got quite hard to drive it, but you conquered it here tonight once again. Congratulations, Odi Goldberg-Schell. Who are you dedicating another sweep here to tonight?
I think my parents. They afforded my sim and everything, so yeah.
Hey, that's what it's all about right there, Odi. That's pretty special. Congratulations, man. And hopefully we're chatting with you once again here about 2 weeks' time. Thanks, man.
Yeah, good evening, Sean.
Appreciate that, Odi. And we're going to hear work with our P2 drivers. Hey, how about you? Ron Sassoni, got yourself a copy, man.
Hey, Sean, how you doing?
Hey, I'm doing great up here. What battles all the way around the racetrack. Ron, you lead a couple laps here in our feature race, but finish at home P2. What's going through your mind as you cross that start-finish stripe?
Not enough practice. I didn't get enough practice, but Road Atlanta is one of my favorite tracks. So I got used to the bumpiness pretty quick, and actually started to enjoy it, yeah.
Man, it looks like so much fun down there in these newer Porsche Cup car machines. There was a little bit of spins up there in front of you. What was going through your mind as you had to try to make some cat-like reflexes and miss those things here pretty quick?
Yeah, just trying to anticipate it and have a quick getaway route for any case, and leave a little bit of space, and of course keep an ear out for the crew chief or anything that might happen.
Well said there, Ron. Looking like a lawnmower, but then you find yourself back up on the track and back into the Porsche you go. Congratulations on your P2 tonight, man. Who you shouting out to? You dedicating this one to?
Yeah, so I want to thank Tal from ILAKA, and for you, Sean, for broadcasting, and for all the racers that are taking part. Thank you very much, guys.
Hey, thank you so much. That's I'm happy to be here doing what I love down here. And like you said, thank you, Tal and Elon out there as well. Appreciate you, Ron, for putting on a show out here for us in YouTube land. Hopefully you have a great rest of your night, and hopefully we're chatting with you 2 weeks' time.
Thank you.
Appreciate that, Ron. And with that, we'll work on to our P3 driver. It'll be Leron Schechter. Leron, you got yourself a copy, man.
How are you doing, Sean? Yeah, it was a great race.
Yeah, man, it looks like it from up here in the broadcast booth. Leron, you find yourself, I think you finished P5 up in the feature, and then, excuse me, the heat race, and then you'll finish P3 in our feature. That'll help you out in the point standing as well. What's going through your minds? And after that fast 34 brings it home P3.
I didn't have practice, and I just jumped into the race. I have half an hour before the race, and I was like, okay, let's do the qualifying as better as I can, and let's do it.
Well, let's do it. Hey, you did it here. Congratulations on the top 3 tonight. Who you shouting out? Who you kind of dedicating this top 3 to here, Leron?
For everybody taking place in this league, a league needs competitors, so for everybody who take part of this, and thank you everybody.
All right, we appreciate you, Leron. Appreciate that, and have hopefully you have a great rest of your night. And like I've mentioned, hopefully we're chatting with you about 2 weeks' time here, back up in driver interviews.
Thank you, Sean.
Hey, thank you. Have a great rest of your night. And that goes just about everybody out there. I think it is just everybody out there. Appreciate it all from the bottom of my heart. Each and every single one of you down there in YouTube land. These racers for putting on the show, as well as Tal and Elion out there for having me back for another broadcasting action series of the race. Thank you all, everybody. My name's Sean Stan, producing, directing, commentating the show. I got to get ready for a broadcast just a bit later here tonight over on the old YouTube lands, but that's going to do it. And I will see you all about 2 weeks' time, and hopefully we're chatting with you down there in YouTube land. Thanks, everybody. I'll see you next time.